For all that Volkswagen is muttering about the MK7.5 being the first significant midlife revision in 40 years of the VW Golf range, you might be forgiven for thinking where the significance was hiding. Okay, so there's a fancy new infotainment system and some other extra added tech to go with the facelifted bumpers and lights, but nearly all the engines carry over from the 2016 Golf range. And VW is making no wild claims about upgrades to the chassis or other fundamental engineering changes. However, shortly after the new Golf reaches UK showrooms at the end of March 2017, there will be a new engine added to the lineup, a 1.5-liter TSI Evo turbo petrol that replaces the old 1.4. And we're pleased to report it's rather good. Read on for our full VolksWagen Golf 1.5 TSI Evo 150 DSG review. The new Evo motor, Yellow, will come in two flavors initially, a super efficient, apparently in the real world as well as on paper, 128 bhp Blue Motion version that can completely shut down off throttle to save fuel like the Golf GT Hybrid, and a thrustier 148 bhp variant with active cylinder deactivation. In an experience akin to our first time driving the original 1.2-liter TSI Polo, it is quickly clear that VW has built a bit of a cracker here. Calling it a junior GTI would be going too far. There are no bespoke chassis mods or anything, it's just a regular addition to the lineup, but from the noise it makes to the way it sings through its rev range, this is an engine that just wants to get up and go. Any thought of achieving the claimed 56.5 miles per gallon fuel economy potential very rapidly goes out the window and is left in the dust on the road behind you. It makes a striking contrast to the Golf GTD. For while that diesel is billed as a true performance model, it's the TSI that feels lighter on its feet, keener to turn in and snaps harder at the horizon. And that's with the dynamic chassis control options fitted on both models. It also brings the Golf's new 7-speed DSG Auto to life in a way the GTD simply doesn't. Paddle-activated down changes aren't just cleaner and brisker, they seem to be available much earlier, too, allowing you to really throw this 1.5 about. Perhaps it's the reduced torque, 184 pounds-foot for the TSI versus 280 pounds-foot for the new Golf GTD tested here, or simply the nature of a petrol engine that's happy to spit out higher RPMs when rev mashing. But whatever the reason, the DSG becomes a tool you can really enjoy on this new four-banger, instead of the fun sponge it is in the diesel. Well, there was some vibration through the driver's seat on a constant throttle, which seems curiously un Volkswagen even when the VW in question is capable of running on two cylinders in such low-demand situations. The new Discover Pro infotainment system, for example, is surely a must-have, as its 9.2-inch touchscreen brings a modern sleekness to the center console that makes everything else in this class seem either too fussy or simply out of date. Similarly, while the Golf's new Traffic Jam Assist will do the driving for you in congestion, it only works up to 37 miles per hour and appears to rely on being able to lock onto the lane markings. This new 1.5-liter petrol is a pretty good antidote to some of VW's recent engineering ills. No, it probably won't ultimately prove as economical as a TDI, and yes, some rivals will involve the driver more than this latest Golf.